before, I was going to come back in and make this statement. Statement we're making is for a fellow by the name of Danny. He calls himself Partey, but we don't call him Partey due to the fact that that is a stolen name. It belongs to a fellow over in London, over a recording music studio. Also, to the logo right there itself, it's not even his either. But let's talk about his instructions. As I told you before, that his instruction application is a freaking nightmare in here. And as I said before, when we get his product over here, if he does happen to open up his website, when he gets his product over here, we are going to test his product next to household paints. We do tests on house paints all the time. We have demonstrations called Black versus Black. We do paint, we do fabrics, we do just about everything to ensure our customers that they're not buying everyday household paints. These products have never been tested against house paint. We know that from the door. And a lot of these will definitely match. So what's going to hurt him the most is the fact that his instructions are insane. They're absolutely insane. We just posted to Facebook. People are coming to my, yeah, it's kind of nuts. No one's going to paint that in. It's just too much freaking work. Let me see right here. Oh, he came in and changed. Look, he came in and changed it. This is a little different. So he must have came in just in a few minutes and changed all this, because this is not the same instructions that we got when we read. Actually, we can go back and check when we posted it directly to our site. So let me see if you wanted to change this. This is application. Yep, it should have been under applications, because we got the same thing we just posted a few minutes ago, what he had on his site. Let's see, this would be premium paints. This would be applications. Let's see. Difficult translating. Yep, he went and changed it that fast. Which means under the category, wait, am I wrong here? Let's see, no, he didn't change it. Actually, it's still the same thing. I was reading another section. Gee whiz, there's one on the paint sprayer. That's absolutely nutso in there. All right, let me see. Yep, same thing. Okay, so in the step one application we have here, which is actually an extreme nightmare. I thought he wanted to change it, but I was actually reading another section that was insane on paint sprayers. Gee whiz Louise. Anyway, so everyday house paint is going to do one thing. Number one, it's a one coat application. You can paint any way you want, and it's going to go down with no problem whatsoever. Majority of all screen paints actually paint down the exact same way. Very easy to do. The instruction he has in here are actually freaking insane. So keep in mind that if the house paint, and it will match his product. Also, too, the insane instructions you have to go through on his product compared to on house paint is going to be nothing. House paint, you can throw it any direction you want. Doesn't make it different. You roll it in, it's done. This right here requires insane instructions. So in the test, what we're going to do is when we get the product over here, we're going to do it side by side. The house paint, number one, to see if it matches, to see which one is easier to paint down, which is going to be the house paint hands down from the door. And this alone is going to wreck his product. The darker products, one of the problems he's going to have with that, they don't work with ultra short throws. House paint can work with ultra short throws. Even though we've done these demonstrations outside, they don't produce the same white levels as our product. But again, they do work on ultra short throws. Also, too, another problem he's going to run into is, again, the paint on application. Painting in everyday household black paint, painted in our technology, is extremely easy compared to what he has here. So let's read through this real quick. Again, I've read this multiple times, so you can see exactly how complicated these instructions are. They are insanely complicated. And as I said before in the title of the video, if you change this in any way whatsoever, we have a copy of it right here on our Facebook. If you change this in any way, alter it and change it in any way to make it easier for the customers, I told you this was going to be a big mistake to do to begin with. Start with these complicated instructions. It makes it a nightmare for customers. If you change this, this means I was 100% right when I told you this would be a complicated instruction for customers. And you choose to think you know everything. So again, if you change this means I'm smarter than you. If you leave it the same way, then you're just going to make it complicated for your customers. So basically, let's see if he travels through life with a full glass, because in an ego issue. At me, at the end of the day, I may have an ego, but if someone tells me that I spelled something incorrectly on my website, I'm gonna go change it. Doesn't make a difference. I would rather have that one person think I'm an idiot than 100 people think I'm an idiot. So I'm different. You guys, on the other hand, I can make these statements and you will keep it there. For instance, we have a fellow by the name of Crow1176 who spelled the word delivered and a couple of things on his website incorrectly. I literally made that statement. It was on his site it's been on his site for 2 years and counting. You can go on there right now, see the word spelled delivered. He will not change it over and not fix it due to the fact that I made one statement. I'm smarter than you if you change it. Literally, that's how childish their minds work at the end of the day. You can say that to me, I would change that over. You can tease me from sun up to sundown. I don't care. As long as I don't got 100 people behind you actually making the same statement. So again, it shows you have no control of me whatsoever. But here, with Danny, based these instructions here, if you change these instructions to the same application that either I or Jamie uses with his house paint or any form of house paint at the end of the day, one code application, none of this crazy stuff attached to it, that means I'm smarter than you. Now, are you going to change this? Because if you don't change it, what's going to happen is when your website finally opens and we get your product over here, not only will we match your product to an everyday house paint that will cost cheaper than your product, but the instructions on how to paint it on will be far easier than what you have here. And this will degrade your product by a lot. I don't even have to test you against my product. Your instructions alone right here have basically sunk and destroyed your product right from the door. That black paint you have, it can't even read on an ultra short throw. Gray charcoal doesn't read on an ultra short throw. None of your great products are darker grays or blacks can read on ultra short throws. That's another strike against you. The time it takes to paint the screen in, another strike against you. And if you match house paint on any level, another strike against you. So again, this right here is what's going to hurt you the most. Really going to hurt you the most. Because again, customers are not going to actually apply this. Let me show you how crazy the instructions are here. Let's see, I've read this multiple times. It should be pretty easy for me to breeze through this. Carefully move the formula around the screen to ensure that the screen is fully covered with the formula. Avoid quicker rolls, thrusts, or strokes that can slosh it off your screen. Customer's not going to understand that. Once you have the material spread across the screen, starting on either side of your screen, applying a good amount of pressure, rolling either left, right, or bottom to top of the screen in one full line, moving the next line beside where you previously rolled ended, repeating across the screen until you have a good even distribution of the formula on the screen. Next, starting on either side of the screen, repeat the above but half over each previous roll, allowing only the weight of the roller, no pressure, to go across and back or up and down to smooth out any potential heavy rolled areas. Watch the video for clarification. No one is going to do that. You literally, when I was reading that, I felt like I was doing Peter Picker, Picker. No one's going to do that. It's just too much work to do it. And mind you, this is going to be a 2-coat application. You'll do this twice. No one's going to do it. It's just too much. So I'm going to come on here, buy your product, match your product to house paint, which is going to basically drop the value of your product way below $60. Then my friend's going to paint in your screen, because I'm not doing that nightmare today. He's a professional painter. Let him handle that craziness. He's going to paint your side in, and I'm going to go in and paint one with regular paint that match yours. So now we can show on video that not only can anyone just go out and buy a house paint and do the same thing your product can do, but they can do it so much easier without the headache on top of that. And on top of that, if you change anything in this category, because I have a copy of this on our website, on Facebook, if you change anything in here, that means I'm smarter than you. That means I was always right 100%. I told you from the first beginning when you started the whole nonsense with the 4 different colors and 4 different containers and all that dumb nonsense that no one wants to do that. I told you this. So why didn't you just go in, learning from that experience, and make a easy 1-coat application, or not that 1/4 of a cup and 2/4 of a cup, because you want your stuff to sound complicated. So people think there's more to it than what it is. No, it's no more to it than what it is. Just a bunch of dumb instructions, literally. That's like somebody writing a handbook on how to turn a doorknob. You know how dumb that sounds at the end of the day? Instruction manuals, 15 to 16 instruction manuals from back to front on how to boil water. That kind of dumb nonsense. This is where this category rolls in. Man, you're doing the old stuff from back in the day. Everybody was doing this back in the day because Google Screen had insanely complicated instructions on their products. Even they, down through time, made it down to a 3-code application, which makes it much easier. And the difference with Google Screen is the 3 application is needed. They got the primer, they got the paint, and they got the protector. It's needed. They can explain what each one's for. Couldn't even explain what each one of those demonstrations were for in the other screen paint. And now you got this nightmare to deal with. No one is going to paint this. And now you can't change this. Let me show you the problem that you got yourself into by basically dealing with me at the end of the day. This is what you got yourself into, Danny. If you change this, this shows I'm smarter than you. You got an error. You can't deal with that. I know you can't deal with that, knowing that I'm smarter than you. So you can't change that. That's stuck like that forever because of what I said. You see what happened to Jamie? Perfect example. It's stuck like that. You can never change it. If you leave it this way, and your website's open and we get our hands on that paint, get it over here, not only can we blow your product out because my black technology will level all your stuff easily, but not only that, I can bring in everyday house paint and match your product. And then we could do a side-by-side demonstration. My friend can paint your screen with these complicated nightmare instructions, and I'll just paint an everyday house paint, the same house paint that matches your product. So now you got a product no longer worth 60 bucks. You're actually under the price of house paint. That's where you land at. You can't do like Crow. You can't sell something on your website that matches house paint. You can't do that. So you'll be doing the same thing he's done, and that's fraud at the end of the day. So I don't know what you're gonna do, to tell you the truth. If it matches your product, you're screwed, and the instructions are much faster on that paint, and I bet you it dries faster than yours. So you got a house paint that's gonna outdo yours. Another problem you're gonna have is with the charcoal gray. That's about the same color as the bullseye primer, that dark gray, the exact same color. That right there can be seen in ultra short throws. So your product can't pick up on ultra short throws. None of your black, darker products can pick up on ultra short throws. Our products can. House paint can do it to a certain degree until it sticks against ours and it doesn't pull up anymore. So how is that going to work? And on top of that, the application to paint my screen is much faster than yours. So that's another strike against you right from there. Not going to go well, man. Not going to go well at all, period. Certified ultra short, those screens can pick up on ultra short throws. We can pick up next to certified ultra short throws and beat their screens. You can't do that demonstration because your screen paint can't see ultra short throw. We could do ultra short throw outside. Oh, forgot. You don't use it. You can't use it outside either, period. P2, Samsung, LG, all those, you can't work with none of them because your screen paint won't work with it, which is weird, which I don't know why, but it is. So what are you going to do? Now your options are here. You can change this, and again, I'm smarter than you, so you can go deal with that nonsense. Again, at the end of the day, knowing that I am smarter than you, but that would hurt you at the end of the day and hurt your ego, so that's not going to happen. You cannot open your website, so we don't get our hands on your paint to bring it down here to do these crazy instructions at the end of the day, along with matching the product at the end of the day and not even matching our products. You deal with that, or you cannot open your website. That's the other option you have, but you have until April to get this site open because that's what you marked on the date. That's a lot, isn't it? See, this is what you get yourself into when you mess with somebody at the end of the day who knows business. Those are your options right there. When I go into a business meeting, I know how to control the entire situation when they think they have control of the whole situation. I'm a fair person at the end of the day, but you're not going to get over on me in a business meeting. It's not going to happen. I know at the end of the day that any room that I walk into, my technology is far more advanced than what they have. I know that they can't buy me with money. They can't do me this. I don't care about the end of the day. You can't do that. You can't buy me. I'm not a sellout at the end of the day, so that's not going to happen. How do you reason with a person you can't reason with money? When money is the only power that you have at the end of the day, and it doesn't work on someone who doesn't look at it that way. What options do you have? There is none. I have literally had in the middle of business meetings where they're talking about all this and that and got up from a table and walked away from a table. Went to a vending machine to get something to eat. That means whatever confidence level they were building up at the table is completely destroyed. Because I walked off away from the table. Where'd you go? Oh, I was hungry. I got something from a vending machine. I'm sorry. Continue on. Yeah, that right there. Now, A person who's doing business with me today is a person that's going to come up to me, be honest, upfront with me. And again, I have somebody like that already. I've met a person in the day who basically has an amazing barbecue business, and he's upfront, he's honest, we talk, we joke, we laugh. He's the same kind of person. I mean, he gets up in the morning, he works hard, he has a pride in what he does, his passion is basically his product. He's a perfect person to do business with. He's exactly like me. That's the one I'm signing the partnership with. Everybody else, I go at the table, I can see you before you can see me. I know exactly what you're going to do before you're going to do it. And this mess right here, this nonsense, well, I can read you easily. There's certain things you said in here that basically I can tell at the end of the day your product is not working correctly. I've been here longer than you have. I've done more testing today. Who's been here longer, Danny? Me or you? Who's had done more screen paint? Who has done more business? Me or you at the end of the day? I would. I was here long before you were. So if I tell you on your site from the door that you have been cutting corners, you have information about Partey, the thing you have for the screen that you did for the gymnasium is not you. At the end of the day, you took that, you have images you've stolen off of Google, and then these crazy instructions. Just to be honest, I told you when I first started doing this nonsense that no one's going to do this. You need a very simple application for the customer. I'm not calling the customer stupid. Customers are not stupid. But at the end of the day, even myself don't want to put together freaking furniture that has like 50,000 parts attached to it. You know, it's just basic common sense. People don't want things that are going to be complicated. They don't want crazy instructions. They don't want it, you know? They don't want that nightmare. Looking at like, come on, I mean, the most complicated things with instructions where they break it down like you're doing a freaking mechanical patent. You got the freaking washers, and there's a screw right here, and there's this washer A, washer B, washer 4, washer. Like, what the freak? Like, don't all these washers look exactly the same? Why we got to sit here with like 20 different versions of washers here and 16 different versions of screws? That's how you end up with the nightmare furniture, where you end up with 4 extra screws are basically missing 4 screws. One or the other, it's a bad ordeal because in the long run, something's going to happen. God forbid, if you're afraid to put stuff on top of it, because you're figuring anything you put on top of it's going to come crashing down, one or the other. So, no, nobody wants that crap. They want something simple and easy. I'm not saying that people are slow and stupid. They're not. They just don't want complicated stuff. I myself do not want complicated stuff. I want easy furniture to put together. 4 pieces I can snap together and be done. Not 16,000 pieces just to put together a headboard. IKEA. So you know who you are. Like, what the freak? What the heck am I putting together here? Does this thing have time travel capability? Are there wires attached to this thing? Like crazy stuff, man. There's 16 different versions of a motor. Like, what the freak is this doing here? Oh my goodness, man. The nightmare of IKEA. I swear, I literally want to go on YouTube and find IKEA rants, because I know there are IKEA rants on there. I know people snapping up putting that furniture together. You see the freaking booklet they give you? It's a phone book. It's literally a phone book. And then basically, probably, I'm sorry, I'm making a bad example here, probably not true. Basically, just a joke on this. Mostly out of the phone book, like 3 of the pages will be in English and all the rest will be in Japanese. Like, what the freak? And then when you put it together, it comes out looking nothing like you put it in the showroom. Those who were able to make it look like the showroom, hats off to you. You get the Gold Star Award because, again, you have done something that a lot of us basically like say, we put it with the, who freaking cares? Because you're so worn out and so drained at putting that thing together. All right, so the drawers are a little lopsided. Like, who's really going to see it? Like, I really don't even care at the end of the day. That's pretty much, you're just satisfied when they did deal with it. That's pretty much the scenario with your paint. It's a headache. Customers, going through this nonsense, this whole cup measurement nonsense, no, they're not doing this. They're going to pop the top, they're going to pour. That's what they're going to do. They're not going through all this mess right to begin with. This mess right here where it says carefully move the formula across the screen, and you're talking about not to thrust or stroke. You're painting the screen. Like, how do I know if I'm thrusting or stroking the freaking... It doesn't even sound right when I say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. PG, it's going to be a little X-rated here for a minute. How do I know I'm freaking... this doesn't even sound right. Even when you haven't put this in here, it sounds bad. How do you know you even thrusting and stroking the rod if basically, if you're painting it for the first time? How would you even know this? Most people just grab a roller and just go, and most people are going to put pressure on it because they want to make sure that the paint sticks to the wall, whatever surface they're applying it to. So they are going to put pressure on it. That's definitely going to happen. If a kid can't paint this screen, it's not worth your time. Kids can literally paint my screen in. If you can't get a kid to paint that screen, don't give them any instructions. Just say, here, paint, pour, paint it in, and that's it. If they can't do it, then there's something wrong there. Because a kid literally should be able to paint that screen with no problem. You have here thrust strokes to make sure you don't slough it off your screen. Oh, it's going to come off the screen. It is. That's what you have basically drop cloth for. That's what drop cloth is for. So you know stuff is going to splatter off the screen. Once you have the material spread across the screen, start on either, oh gee whiz, I hate this part. Start on either side of the screen, apply a good amount of pressure on the roller. All right, how many people are going to know exactly what a good amount of pressure on a roller is? How are they going to know this? Just think about it. How would you know how much is a good amount? What is a good amount of pressure on a roller? You're going to have these people going through form sites trying to figure out what the freak does that even mean? What do you mean by good amount of pressure? Like, it's pressure, am I putting, is it good? Am I putting, is it not enough? Could it be more? That's literally what you just put in their head right now. Confusion, that's what you did. Literally confusion and chaos, what you just stuck in their head. All right, either, as I said, put amount of pressure on the roller, left to right or bottom to top of the screen in one full line movement to the next line, beside where you previously rolled ended. No one's going to get that. They really are not going to get that at all, period. People, when they paint a screen, just paint a screen. They just put the paint down and just go across. That's what they do. They're not going to get that crap. It literally sounds like I'm actually putting an infinity continue code for Nintendo. Let's see. Repeat across the screen until you have a good, even distribution of the formula on the screen. I cannot wait to see the instructions on this nightmare. Let's see. Next, starting on either side of the screen, repeat the above, but half over each previous roll. Now, there's another nightmare right there waiting for you. Previous roll, which means whatever you previously first rolled the screen in, you have to go back over that roll again with a half previous roll. This is going to be a nightmare right here from the door. Most people painting the screen are all over the place, like here, 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 here. So I'm going to have to figure out what areas I pretty much hit. If I hit them here, then maybe I hit it there, or maybe there or there. They're not going to follow that up and down robot formation. They're not going to do it. They're going to go the way they want to go. And to say to go the way they want to go, they're going to have to figure out for each stroke in which direction they go to add a half roll for each previous roll. That right there is going to cause confusion. And guess what? If that screen has any problems, it could be the projector's issue. It might even be your screen paint. It could be the projector's issue. They're going to blame your screen at the end of the day, saying, look, or blame themselves or blame you. Are they going to think they made a mistake at the end of the day because maybe they wrote it incorrectly or they messed up on one of the mistakes? They're going to think they made a mistake. You literally caused chaos right there. Watch the video. Where's the video, Danny? Where's the video? There's no video here at all. There's no videos at all, period. You left out a lot of information on here. Where are the videos? One of these actually suggests you take the screen outside. Go ahead, take a screen outside. You'll find out how many things float in the air that will land on your screen. That's a good sign. Experiment. You'll have bugs and leaves and twigs, and you lay it down flat. What most people are going to do is they're going to lay it down flat. You know why they're going to lay it down flat? Because if you take a screen and you lay it against something, air can actually get up under the screen and actually can push your screen right into the grass. I've had it happen a couple of times, so I know this from experience. So what they're going to do is most people are going to do is they're going to lay it flat with the fear that it could fall and land on the grass, right? They're going to lay it flat. And when they lay it flat, every single dust, dirt, and whatever you can think of that's rolling along the wind is going to go right up on top of your screen. And you're going to come back with this kind of sandy and glued display like, what the freak going on here? Why is that? Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Definitely going to happen. Because most people are not going to lay it against the wall. They're just not. In fear that it's going to fall over and either paint's going to get on the grass or something. They're not going to lay it down flat. And by doing this, anything's going to blow. And if you put it up on a table, anything from any tree, any bug, whatever, it's going to land right directly on your screen. So it's best to be done inside where it's protected. I know this because I did a 150-inch screen because I didn't feel like dragging it inside of the house. I put it on the deck. And I had an awning, a mesh awning over top. And guess where leaves found their way? They found their way under the awning onto the screen. I'd scrape all that stuff off, bring it in the house, and do it again. Yep, you learn from experience. Let me see. So your instructions are a nightmare. So what's going to happen is when we get your product down here, we are going to put you against everyday household paints. If you match any of the paints, that'll be a strike against you. Keep in mind, household paints are easier to apply than your product. That's another strike against you. And if you match the household paint, this will drop the value of your product dramatically. What are you going to do? You're going to pull a Jamie? You're going to match household paints and turn around and sell the same product on your website without any testing attached to it? Yeah, that's going to go well. We highly recommend you purchasing an industrial standard PVC-based screen surface. What the freak does that mean right there? What the heck is that? We highly recommend you purchasing a highly and standard PVC-based screen surface. Hey, nut job. They're all freaking standard. What the heck are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. What the heck are you talking about by standard PVC surface? They're all the same. You only have two different versions of PVC on a projection screen. You got motor and you got the fixed frames. Fixed frames take a more of a soft PVC because it's designed to stretch around the frame to give you kind of a drum-like feeling. And then you have the PVC, which is much more stiffer, which is designed to roll up into the engine. Or the motor, however you want to call it. So what do you mean by standard? What's the difference? Can you tell me the difference between there's a cheap PVC? I bought all different types of fixed frame screens. I bought them cheap, I bought them expensive, and they all do the exact same thing. The only problem that doesn't do the exact same thing is the frame system. The frame systems and whatever way how you're going to attach it, whether it's going to be springs or pegs, that can be a problem. Some companies will make the springs too short, where basically you find out you got to turn into the Incredible Hulk just in order for you to get the PVC to stretch and connect into the frame. That's another problem. With the frame, sometimes they make the ends, the metal ends, they make them out of plastic, which means these things could easily snap on you in the process of you putting them together, and now you got this uneven frame. Or basically, even worse, the bar in the back that supports the frame can be made of a very cheap, thin aluminum, and this, after time, will start to give away and give you this kind of a U-like shape in your screen. I know all this stuff because I built enough of these at the end of the day. PVC is PVC, man. There's no high grade, again, with it. If you're dealing with silver tickets have a form of kind of like, what do you call it? They have a protective coating. I've done these with the 235.1s. They have a protective coating. So anytime you hit one of these screens, do a light coat on it. If you see the white pushing through, that's a protective coating. So I've done a couple of these. You do a light coating. That's all you do. Just put the paint on light. You're not putting on no pressure, no roller. Just put it on light. Who's in here? Who's in here crying? Oh, this guy. Bye. Get out of here. You got to go. You're crying too much. Got another one here crying? Yeah. This guy's crying too. Get out of here. Stop crying. Bye-bye. Get out of here with that nonsense. All right. So if you're using like a PVC material, some have a protective coating. When you roll it on, you'll see the white kind of push through. So what you want to do is put a light coat on. Now, light coat means just put a light coat on it. Let that dry. That's going to act as a foundation. And then you go over heavy and it disappears. We deal with those all the time. Other than that, PVC is PVC. He put down, highly recommend purchasing an industrial standard PVC base. So let me get this straight. So not only the customer now got to worry about painting your nightmare product in, but now they got to turn around and they got to figure out exactly what the freak is a standard industrial PVC base, which means you're going to be going through all these freaking projection screens and motorized screens and contacting these companies saying, hey, do you have but any chance of your product industrial PVC base? And the guy's going to sit there and laugh at you like you're idiot, like they're all freaking PVC. That's it. They're all the same thing. The only difference is if you get basic fixed frame, it's going to be a lot more flexible, or if you get motorized, it's going to be stiffer. That's it. Danny, you remind me of, like I said, the guy, the African-American fellow, where they said people doing things really complicated. Like they'll take a knife and cut it around a can, and he'll pull out a freaking can opener and go, see how easy it is? Oh, my goodness. Industrial. My goodness, if you would be coating on a surface. Yeah, that we already told you that for the door. If you paint on a surface, we've been told you that one. You have to basically put 2 applications on it. Literally. Since you're in the talkative mood, because we know you come in here with fake accounts, try coming here with a real account. Be a man. Stop being a coward all day. When you come here with fake accounts, come here with a real account. Stop being a coward. This whole nonsense in this section right here, what the freak are you writing in here, man? Danny, can a kid paint your screen? Can a kid literally paint your screen without any instructions, without the instruction? Because when you were in there instructing your wife, boy, you was like, it's a lot of freaking commanding going on in there just to paint a freaking screen. And it still matched the wall in your freaking living room. Or whatever that area is. Let me see. There's some surface of a household broom. Oh, gee whiz. Man. Teams you would need. Oh, the 9-inch on roller. 3/8 in that roller. No. Yeah. So you mean to tell me I got to get all this dumb stuff just to paint a stupid screen? This is why I'm yelling at you. Literally read through this mess, man. I need all this. Guess what I need? 9-inch nap roller and a paint roller. That's it. Some frog tape to protect the border. Maybe some tape to put around. Some black drop cloth. That's it. What am I doing here? Tighten everything. I'm painting the 16th chapel or something in here. What is this? Experience with a foam roller. Don't use a foam roller. Foam roller will streak the crap out of your screen really badly. However, if you have no expert with foam rollers, we point you back to 1.4 nat roller. You're going to use a roller that small to paint a 120-inch screen? You know how big a 120-inch screen is? That's 5 feet by 9 feet. You're going to paint that entire screen with 1.4 nat roller? Are you kidding me? You're going to streak the daylights out of that screen. 9-inch nat roller is typically all you need right there. If you're going to anything bigger, they make them in 12s. All this. Yeah, you put too much into this. This is way too much. You're doing too much. Open pan tray. Open pan tray. Tray. Paint roller tray. You can't spell. I'm just showing you. Tray is not T-R-E-Y. It's T-R-A-Y. Now, that's not your fault. We all do it. I know, I apologize. I'll take that back. I'll take that back. That's rude. That is definitely, I'll take that back. Because I misspell stuff all the time on my site, and I have to go and do spelling checkers. But, let's have a little fun here with that one. Let's see where your ego lies at. If you change that means I'm smarter than you. I'm just putting it out there. It's up to you. If you change it, that means I'm smarter than you. Now, are you going to change that, or are you going to leave it the way it is? If you change that, I'm smarter than you. If you leave it the way it is, then it's going to make you look stupid, and other people are going to think you're stupid. I'm just putting it out there. If you change it, that makes them smarter than you. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just curious if you're going to change it or not. It's up to you. I can say it to me. I don't care. I'm going to change it anyway. I don't have that ego issue. But go ahead. Let's see what happens. If you go ahead and see if you want to change it. Now, mind, if you change your instructions, Danny, anytime, if you make it where it's a one coat only, get rid of all that other dumb nonsense, that 1.4 and 8 nonsense, get that out of the way. All that rolling up and down and back and forth and up and down. Literally, you're going to have somebody doing Nortel in their freaking living room, painting that nonsense up and down. These little symbols going to pop up out of the ceiling and everything. And then it's going to come flying. Like, what the freak? You're going to open a portal in someone's house with these up and down formations, man. What the freak are you doing? Is that a... Seriously, is that like a basically a pattern for a Ouija board? Like, what you doing? Because there's a lot of up and down and side to side and right. You gonna mess around, so hit the Nortel up in there. You gonna see ninjas coming flying out of the ceiling. That's funny. That's just too much, man. It's too much. You need to change this. Now, question: are you going to change this, or if you change it, that means I'm smarter than you? I'm just testing where your ego's at. If you leave this the way it is, that means I can control you on just about anything I want, because again, I can just say simple stuff and you basically will stick to it due to the fact you, in the back of your mind, it would drive you crazy. It would. For me, it's like, don't care, move on, I got things to do. But you, on the other hand, you guys, man, that stuff pretty much sticks in there. Now, you spelled paint tray. It's T-R-A-Y, not T-R-E-Y. You spelled that wrong. That's a typical typo. People make typos all the time. I'm not ridiculing you on that. People do that all the time, okay? But the question is, are you going to change it due to the fact, not change it due to the fact that I just said I'm smarter than you? Which one is it? The reason why, man, I'm digging into you guys this way, because number one, y'all do dumb stuff. But number two, is because when I'm done with y'all, I'm moving on. I got nothing to say. I'm done. I'm just going to trash you guys real fast. So I just wanted to get it all out of my system and have some fun with you. And you can sit there and cry and say, oh, but you're not professional. Buddy, I'm very professional. The problem is that you guys have a habit of sticking my name in your mouths. This is why I'm over here doing this to you. If you learn to mind your own business, say you mind your own business, say you don't even know who I am, you never mention my name. If I came over and did this to you, I'm the bully. I'm wrong. I'm the one showing disrespect. I'm the one not being professional. But you guys feel the need to talk trash about me all the time. So now I'm in here grilling you. You got my attention. I explained to you at the end of the day, you don't want my attention. Let me work in my world, be to myself, leave me be. But no, you want to talk trash. Now you got my attention. Now you're in here crying like a bunch of little girls about how you don't want me bothering you anymore. You want me to leave you alone, and you want to start crying Karen all day long. No, you got my attention now. So now you have to deal with me. And what you're going to have to deal with is, I'm buying your product. I will have your product down here for testing, and it better not fail. So you got an option here, buddy. You got to open this website in April. If any of those orders push through, and I'm not going to have my address on it, because again, you canceled my orders, and I proved that already because I did place orders to you, and I do have canceled orders from you. You couldn't even process my order. As a matter of fact, I embarrassed you so badly on that. Do you remember this, Danny? Stop me if you don't remember. Stop me if you remember this one. Didn't you get on camera, walk around in your backyard, and say that I canceled an order from you? Where's my receipt? Where's my cancel order? You don't have one because, again, you never bought anything from me. I asked you to show me the receipt. Now, when you do something like that, you get my attention. What happened when you got my attention? Did I come buy from you? How many times did I buy from you? 7 times. I even bought samples that you had on your site, right? Where did the money go? The money went right back to my account. As a matter of fact, I ordered from you so much paint that you got so scared you shut down your marketplace, and we got a 404 error because you were afraid to open your site. I told you I was going to buy everything on your site and get my money back in my account. This man transferred that money so fast to my account that we never had to file a PayPal complaint. The money was put back in the account so fast that I used the same $160 to buy all his products and get the money back in my account with receipts. Danny, do I need to pull your receipts? Do you want me to pull your receipts? Do you want me to pull your receipts right now? Say yes, because you know I got them. So when you walked around your backyard talking that nonsense, what did I do to you? Every time you canceled an order, I showed your video if you're talking trash. Every single time, 7 times in a row, I showed your video talking trash, flashing your cancel receipts. How did that make you feel? Next time, keep your mouth shut and don't run it. That's how you got yourself in a situation. Now you're sitting here in another situation you got to deal with. The deal with you problem is, does your product match house paint? Well, my product doesn't. I got it all over my website. My stuff is posted. Does your product match house paint? So if I get your product over here and I put it against network gray, slip silver, or anything else we choose, and it matches any one of those products, you're in trouble. Just like your wall matched in your demonstration. How are you going to explain that on camera? I thought your product was tested. Got a little testing up there. Let's do a test up there. Now what's going to make this even worse is this nightmare instructions you have up here. If I'm able to paint in an everyday house paint faster than your product without these freaking nightmare instructions, and it costs less and does the same thing, why would anybody buy your stuff? What are you going to say about me against house paint? I already beat house paint. As a matter of fact, I beat other people that were trying to make my product when I gave them the ability to do so, and they still couldn't make it. I had to make a better version for them so I can get a challenge. Yes. You said your product doesn't work on ultra short throw. Well, we got you here in the room. You're running your mouth. This is none of your customers in here talking. This is you. You don't have any customers. I look for them. There's no customers on your product. There's no test on your products. There's nothing there. I went through each one of your paints. I couldn't find jack. Nothing. So we know there's no test. We know there's no customers. Question I got to ask you. Why does your black paints don't work on ultra short throws? What happens if I put it on an ultra short throw? Hello, Danny, you there? Gonna ask you a question. Why? Because you don't have it stated here. Usually some people would state, okay, we can't use it ultra short throw because it comes up too dark. Something, you have nothing there. How come your screen paint doesn't work with ultra short throw? Tell me. I'm not, you got 5 minutes to tell me, or you getting a timeout. I'm going to give you the binky. 5 minutes. Tell me, what? You wrote it here? You just sit there and said, buddy, it doesn't work with ultra short throws. So tell me why. And again, this is just a bit of a joke here. Am I getting a PSP with this? Like, am I going to get games? Does the PSP come with this? Just want to ask a question right there. Do I get a PSP? Okay, that's just a super joke about that. Right here, you got it listed right here. Right here. You've got it listed right here. What does it? I don't want a book. I didn't ask for a book. Stop writing me books. Stop writing books. All right? I asked you a simple question. This is on your page, right? You have it right here. It says, not recommended for ultra short throw projectors. This is literally on every form of your product. Charcoal, dark gray, all of them. You know, Bullseye Primer, basically, the dark gray can pick up on an ultra short throw. So how come your product can't? Also, too, you have two gains up here. How the freak you got two gains? Can vary slightly based upon application technique. We just read through the application technique. So what happens? Oh, gee whiz, that just gave me a freaking headache just thinking about that. You just sat there and put two gains up there. You said depending on how you paint the screen in is where you're going to get this particular higher level of gain, right? So what we just read, there's another set of complicated instructions behind that. Oh, you're definitely opening up a portal for something jacked up. Up, left, over, down, down, down. I swear, I'm just waiting for you to put something stupid in there talking about right joystick, left joystick. Like, wait, did you say right joystick, left joystick? No joystick on it. What are you talking about? Again, dude, what do you mean by this? What does this mean? See, people, this is what I'm talking about. We bring a hot mic in, right? Hot mic is not for customers. Don't come in and ask hot mic. We usually have, you can talk to us any other way. Hot mic is basically we bring in people like who make these products because we want to know what's going on in their head. They're writing this stuff in. There's no testing behind it, nothing. So what does this mean? You do know that I'm not the only person that's going to question you on this, right? People are going to go to this website and they're going to contact you and say, what the freak does that mean? How do you have two gains? And you're talking about you can change this. You can vary slightly based upon application technique. Click here. Well, that'd be nice if that actually worked because there's nothing there. Clicking there, you know, you got to put a link there, right, for me to hit that. If we're using Naruto, I don't know how to do the Naruto. Wow, doesn't work. There's no link there. So what does that mean, Danny? You write this stuff. See. This is what I'm talking about. Jamie wrote that dumb nonsense on his page talking about you can't use Frankenstein inside. He doesn't highly recommend it. It's up to you. Ask him a simple question what that means. He can't tell me. Now it's not Frankenstein. It's called something called Crystal Black or whatever it's called, which we can't find. All right, man. Look, I put it out there. Simple and plain. I don't want to run too much time in this. Change the instructions 100% right. I told you this is not going to work. You did this nonsense in the last one when you came up there and made that dumb statement about how your product didn't come in 4 colors, but yet you displayed 4 colors. How else is it going to be shipped in by the end of the day? And then the paint at the time when you were, other problem you were selling was watercolors. Nothing but water. But the water acts as a delivery system. So basically the particles in the paint doesn't dry out. Lie, 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 lie. Liar. Definitely liar. Question, are your pants on fire? Let's ask that question. Are your pants partake on fire? Because you're definitely a liar. Are your pants on fire? I think you tell so many lies, you're probably the only person who walks around with a fire extinguisher like a holster for a gun on your side because you just tell lies all day long. Like, anybody smell smoke? shoot, it's definitely got to be me. I just got finished lying about a half an hour ago. You lie about everything. This is all one big lie. Question: if you're using 1/8 of a cup, right, and for your screen sizes, right, how does this work in a paint sprayer that's going to absorb this really, really fast? You're just better off just putting the whole 32 ounces in there. So how do you know? It's weird because you got, oh, he did this again too. You spent a tray wrong. Paint tray or sprayer? Dude, seriously. If you change this, Danny, if you change this, I'm smarter than you. You wrote this multiple times. Paint tray, paint tray, paint tray. It's not tray. It's an A in there. So if you change that, I'm smarter than you. I'm going to come here tomorrow to check. I'm going to see if you change this. Danny, am I smarter than you? I know it's a typo. I know it's a typo. People make typos all the time. I do it myself. But if you come into my site and say, hey, I don't care. What do I care? At the end of the day, I'm going to change it anyway. Don't care. But are you going to change that? Or are you going to be like Crow and have delivered spelled incorrect in courts and all that stuff? Are you going to change that? You're going to change it right there. Just go over and just hit the button. Just change that to an A. That's all you got to do is change that to an A. But are you going to let it get in your head that I'm smarter than you? All right, never mind. Let's leave you alone. I'm probably taking him off right now. He's probably upset. Probably going to send me a very, very, very earthy email with a bunch of freaking threats in it, like you sent, like, what, 2 years ago with some dumb nonsense, or, oh, you don't want to. I don't know who at the end of the day that you talk like that to, that you think that they're basically threatened by you. Ain't nobody threatened by you at the end of the day. Take that grandpa nonsense someplace out, coming up on camera, talking about, and I'll smack you. What lawsuit? Where's your lawyer at? Where's your lawsuit at? So, you better not. That stuff may work around in your neighborhood when you talk to people like that. And I don't believe in jack to come out of your mouth at the end of the day. You knew where I lived at. You know another person I gave my address to 7 times. How come you didn't pop over and come see me? Oh, you didn't, did you? You stayed home and talked behind your computer. That's what you did. So you had my address, and so did Crow had my address. I think you play Candyland all day. You talk too much trash at the end of the day. It's like somebody gonna keep their name. I talk about you anytime I want to. Your product is fake. It's phony. When I get it down here, I'm gonna test it. It's gonna match the house paint. At the end of the day, we're gonna be able to do better with the house paint than your product. House paint is gonna pick up an ultra short throw. This stuff is crap. It's the same nonsense. It's a red wagon effect. All you do is just basically just paint the wagon different colors. Sell it to somebody, same wagon, same wheels, same thing, just a different color, and talk a whole lot of nonsense, explain it's something completely different. Jump over the gate the next day, steal the same wagon, go up there and change the color. Oh no, this is the different one. This is a more of a highlight of arrow booster red that basically works with the molecular of the sun rays and the atom of the crossing of the moon. It's quite different. No, it's the same crap. That's what it is. It's just basically a different color wagon. Red wagon effect. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. You get the time out now. You've been doing too much. You huffing and you puffing and you're doing too much and you're getting too excited. I'm worried about you. You're very, very getting too excited. I'll put you in the timeout. You're not being blocked. He's going off in there. He's going off. Seriously, this guy's going to mess around and pass out, have a heart attack. It doesn't have to be calm. Calm down. I'm pretty sure right now your wife is in the room trying to calm you down. Like, well, who the freak you screaming? It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger if he gets his hand caught in the door. Dude, calm down. Why are you ranting so much? Dude, we're on your page right now. Just explain the nonsense. I just ask you simple questions. All right? You're just taking it too far. Calm down and relax. Here, have a little bit of something to drink. Just chill, relax, okay? Should I put on some like waves or talk like, like some SNR videos like, Danny, you have to calm down. Just relax. Shh. Okay. Relax. Look at my fingers. Just relax. Shh. Calm down. Look at the wave. Shh. There you go. You guys asked for this. You mind your own business at the end of the day. You know what's going to happen to you. Come on now. Let me get your cancel receipts for you, okay? I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna get your cancel receipts. I'm gonna look at your cancel receipts, okay? I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. Let's get those cancel receipts. Gotta watch out for freaking Crow, because Crow's a freaking stalker. It's after midnight. Crow is out there creeping in the dark. He's out to get you. Yeah, that's Crow. Crow's creepy. Creepy Crow. I know how you try to post when you're laying in the bed. Are you looking at your messages while you're laying? It's creepy, dude. Anyway, so Crow basically, dude, you sent the messages, you made little pictures of me, my head on figures and all that stuff. That's creepy. I bet you $100 you got a bunch of Barbie dolls under your bed with no freaking bodies attached to them. Guarantee you. A creepy little dude. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. That's the Vega, ain't it? Ain't it? Right there. That's you, ain't it? Refund. Put that money right back in my account. Did you not? Look at that refund. Boom. Partay. Come on, man. You should know by now that I back everything up I say, Partay. You know that, right? I back it up. Come on, man. Don't get mad at me. Are we over time here? We always go over time here. We're having so much fun. I love bringing you guys in the room. It's so much fun. You guys get angry. You get frustrated. Look, I got these Kenny pillows coming out, right? For the haters. And you can bite down and just go, ah! You know, when I'm squeezed, oh, I should get one of those stress squeeze things like our cube. So you can squeeze it. We're making millions off of it. Because we'll be buying it up and you'll be basically just upset. Calm down. Remember, count backwards, all right, from 10, okay? And just relax. Look, man, I don't have to make any of this stuff up. I'm talking about your instructions on your site and you're flipping out. You understand how you're outing yourself right now? I'm setting you up for the serve. Can you see it coming? That ball at 100 miles an hour is right in your face. Bam! You literally are setting yourself up right now. I'm not in here talking about your family. I'm not talking about your job. I'm not talking about nothing. We're in here strictly talking about your instructions, right? And you are flipping out. What are you getting upset for? Did you not write this nonsense? All right, then what are you upset for? That's the same thing when we sit there and we go in the room and we put on a hot mic and we talk about Jamie's freaking house paint. And him sitting there right on YouTube matching freaking house paint. And he's in the room ranting like crazy. What are you upset about? Is that not you? I found some printing paper. Is that you not on the freaking matching house paint? Then what are you freaking out about? These are what you wrote on your site, right? So what's the problem? What are you getting upset about? All right then. Ran at me at the end of the day, ranting at me and getting upset. Coming in here crying. I don't read, y'all don't read that stuff, right? You do know. I skim through it. So if I see certain keywords in there that I know it's just you guys and they're acting up, I get rid of you. I put you in timeout. But I don't read that stuff. You guys are in there writing books. And they're telling me, I'm gonna tell them this. I'm gonna tell them that. I'm definitely gonna tell them this. I'm gonna tell them that. Space. I hate him so much. And I'm sitting there talking like, look over the side and go, and I basically put you in the timeout. You went through all that for nothing. And they're typing a book at the end of the day. Talking nonsense. What you mad at me for? Honestly, let's talk brass on Barger. What are you mad at me for? You're mad because I developed a black screen paint and I basically am displaying my products online. And it comes down to jealousy, gentlemen. If you think at the end of the day that I'm such a fake and a phony, then what you need to do is make a product such like mine with all tests connected to it. Do you understand me? Because your products are not tested, this is why I go in and make your products on camera, embarrass you, make them better than what you made them, and still embarrass you at the end of the day. And now you're going to the wall of shame. Because now I'm going to use your failure to build my company even stronger. You know how? Because I can sit there and say, hey, I got these YouTube trolls to go on YouTube and make our product, and they both failed. So we had to come in and make a better product to show them how it's done, and it still failed. Oh, that doesn't build confidence. I don't know what doesn't. But thank you so much. Set you up for the serve. So easy to manipulate at the end of the day. Oh, Jamie's address. You know what I'm saying? What you looking get up and get angry for? Just up there going, calm down. Good gracious. He was in here ranting with the fake accounts. He was in here ranting. What are you getting upset for? It's your page we're talking about. You wrote that nonsense up there. I'm going to tell you to get up there and lie on the freaking camera. Isn't this an email from freaking Partey of him snapping out and going off? Oh, what you want to talk about? Yeah, man. There you go. Vega again. Another one we ordered from you. What did you do? Did you want to keep the money? Did you try to keep the money? You couldn't keep the money. You gave it back. That's what you did. I was trying to keep it, but the money kept coming out of me. I couldn't keep the money. I could have kept the money. Definitely could have kept the money. It was up to you if you want to keep the money. Jamie, you want to run your mouth too? Guess what? Cancel order on you two also too. Frankenstein mix, right? Great. What happened? I got it mad on the receipt and I canceled the order. Gave me back my money. Guys are phonies at the end of the day. So all this trash got all your canceled orders. There you go. There you go, Jamie. That's you again, right there. UV mix. Order from you again. Crying again. Cancel order again. Look at that. Another cancel order. Yeah. Oh, do. Gentlemen, can you show me some cancel orders of my products that you guys have canceled your orders? Where's it at? Oh, man. Danny, look, here's the deal. Don't change anything I pointed out in mistakes. If you change that, I'm smarter than you, right? So, I bet you right now, since you haven't, I only put you in a timer for 5 minutes. You should have been back by now. But I'm pretty sure your wife heard you screaming on your computer like, Oh my goodness, I swear you guys are so easy. Look at another cancel order. Refund! Crow put that money back in the account. You couldn't basically ship out the item. Why couldn't you ship out the product? I thought you was the best of the best. And we got the king and the best of the best. Oh, silent wake. Somebody came up with a better name for you. They ain't gonna call you silent bake. They're gonna call you silent fake. But they back in the room ranting. What are you ranting about? What are you ranting about? Top, what are you in here ranting? Close in your favor. Lost another PayPal claim. Who was this right here? Oh, Crow lost that one. Wah, wah, wah. What are you getting mad about? What's the problem? Another one. Closed in your favor again. Lost the claim right there again. Wah, wah, wah. What was this for right here? Bum, 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 bum. No, this is one where Crow filed. If he filed a case against it, your buyer has filed a case. This is Crow. And we turn around and still want it. Boom! In your face. In your face. Don't get mad. It's okay. No. Shh. Maybe I'm doing too much. I don't want to get you guys hyped up. Because you guys are getting really hyped up. You okay? All right? Calm down. All right. Want some water? Some water. Maybe a Danish. Would you like a Danish? We have Danish. Would you like a Danish? Maybe that'll calm you down. Maybe that'll help you because you're a little upset. What are you getting mad about? These are your canceled orders. What are you upset about? You canceled the orders. You could have kept the money. I sent it to you, right? All right, then what's the problem? What's the problem? I sent you money, right? Then what's the problem? Why don't you just keep the money? Why would you give me a cancel order at the end of the day? Why would you do that? Why don't you just keep the money? You couldn't, right? You know why? Because your products don't work. Because you know if I got your product down here and I did proper testing, which you didn't do, at the end of the day, it would have failed miserably. So that's why you had to cancel. You couldn't send us the real product. The funny thing about it is you guys get on camera and you act like, oh, we don't do business with scammers at the end of the day and blah, blah, blah. But again, you give us emails on permission to buy whatever we want. And that's what I did. I bought whatever the frick I wanted. I just listened to what you just said. And then you're going to change it at the last minute and go, oh, I never said that. It's harassment. He's harassing me. Come on, man. It's a Karen call. Stop it. Just stop it. Then Partey sits there and says on camera, he goes, oh, he never had my product. Well, we would have if you didn't cancel the orders. Come on now. That's the thing about Sean. Y'all get right on camera and you just lie. And we bust you every time. And we bust you. Now you're in here crying and whining. Danny, I'm going to tell you something right now. Your paint better not fail. You're coming to the blacklist if you do. You don't want to be on that list. If you match that house paint, you're going to be on that blacklist. And you guys want to sit there and cry, well, your product matches. It matches what, Jamie? What does my product match? Black paint at the end of the day? Didn't you try to do that already and fail? Huh. Yeah. I didn't go too well, did it? And even though every day until the first of the month, I'm going to give you the option to make my paint again, which we know you can't do. Go ahead and run your mouth some more. I'll make it 4, and 5, and 6. I'll run it until the end of the year and really embarrass you. All right then. Talked all that trash about, oh, this product is easy to make. Anyone can make it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you failed 2 times trying to make it, and you made it gray both times. No matter how much black paint you put in there, it still came up gray. You know why? Because that's the only way you know how to make paint is gray. You couldn't even make it black. We literally had to do this for you. So embarrassing, man. So what? You're mad because you have nothing else. You have nothing else. That's why you're mad. What else do you have? What do you have? First, you failed twice, and you try to say, oh, it's product is gunmetal because it can't be black. No, you can't make black paint. That's what it comes down to. That's what it is. So when you were saying our product was black paint, how come you didn't say it was gunmetal at the time? Oh, got to be careful what you say, okay? First, you're going to tell me saying we have black paint and making our product like black paint. And then when you try to make it, then it's gunmetal because you couldn't make it black. Just wondering. Jack and Jill fell down the hill. Or more like Danny and Crow fell down the hill to get a pail of water. Do, 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 do. What you mad about? Stop being so mad. Calm down. You're getting angry. I'm going to put you in a timeout. You want to go back in the timeout? You want to go back in the timeout? What's your argument? What is your argument? Actually, I'm not mad. How am I mad? I'm here showing receipts of your canceled orders. Your website is a mess. You can't back anything up. You actually spell things incorrectly on your website. The instructions don't make no sense whatsoever. It's a mess in there. And if you change anything on there, and you need to, because again, if we put you against house paint, and house paint is definitely going to paint faster than your product with these crazy instructions, that's not going to go well for you. Who is going to sit there and take the time to paint that crap in? Nobody. And again, have you done any demonstrations against house paint? No, you haven't. Nope. You haven't. So you're going to end up matching the house paint. That's what's going to happen. And on top of that, the house paint can be applied a lot faster than your product at the end of the day. And again, if you match it, that means it drops the price of your product to like under 20 bucks. Chrome stuff should be literally $20. Oh, but you're so angry and so frustrated. I had to do some AMSR, snap my fingers, whisper, because I'm pretty sure he's in front of his computer screaming right now. And his wife is trying to calm him down. I don't want you to get overexcited, because I don't want you to be clutching your chest and basically something happens to you. So, Danny, you got to calm down. Maybe just leave the room. Take a walk around for a little bit. Take a walk. Take a walk. Go walk around you got a nice little property out there. You won't have it long, but you got a nice little property out there. Just go out there and walk around for a little bit. That's what you need to do. Oh, made my product free. How? He failed 2 times. He made it gray. We actually made it black. We actually made a better version he made. But whatever you need to do to get you through the day, okay, right there. And then that, when he made the product, what were the black specks all over the paint? What was that? Now I ask you a question. What was the black paint? What was the black specks all over? What was that? How come it came up so dirty? What was that? Explain. Now, I ask you a question. Explain. What was the black specks all over the paint? What was that? Oh, he doesn't know. All right. Jamie, look, we know this is you coming in the room and you're very upset. Come here. Let's go. Put you in timeout again. Get up, Binky. There you go. There you go. Now, let me tell you something. First things first, for anyone who comes in the room who, at the end of the day, you're not Jamie, you vouch for his paint 100%. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you vouch for his paint? What screen paint do you have on your wall right now? And I'll ask you a question. What screen paint did you buy from Crow that you have on your wall right now? Which one? Name it. Name your paint. No. Name your paint. I asked you a question. What screen paint do you have on the wall right now by Crow?
Wait. That's a cardboard box sitting there holding it up?
Name it. Go ahead. Name it. Name your paint. If you don't name your paint, you're banned from the channel. Name your paint. What is it? I don't have time to go back and forth with you. Ask you a simple question. What paint do you have on your wall that you purchased from Crow right now? I'm not seeing any questions. I'm not seeing there. You got until 5. I'm going to count to 5.
My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. In this demonstration...
See, that's what I said at the end of the day. When y'all come in the room talking all this trash, all hyped up, all angry, all this, that, and the other, trying to back their products up, I ask you one question. What screen paint do you have on the wall? You know why you can't say anything? Because you basically don't want to mention a product that you got robbed at. That's why we call you the sheep. That's where you get the nickname from. Because sheep will follow anybody at the end of the day. So the product we have here, by Jamie right here, you can't say if you have Cinemax, because if you have Cinemax, then basically we are watching a fellow sit here and match house paint. So if you have the Cinemax, you just admitted to getting robbed by this guy at the end of the day, and you bought a house paint that you literally could have got at $30 a gallon, and you paid $95 a quart. Now that's why you can't mention your paint at the end of the day, because it's embarrassing. You bought house paint. But yet you come in the room with all this passion, talking all this trash at the end of the day. So do you back them or do you not back them? And if you do back them, tell us what paint you have. I'm waiting. If I see a book pop up, I'm going to basically block you for good. Waiting. What's your paint? I thought so. I know you're angry and I know you're upset. But you came in the room. We set you up every single time. We know you're going to come in the room, your followers, all hyped up. And we know you're going to be in here carrying on. We set you up automatically from the door. You'll fall for it every single time. You get all hyped up and all raw. And all I got to do is when I get you hyped up enough, it's just come to ask you one simple question. What paint you got? Tell me what you got. You can't say anything, can you? because you don't want people to know that you were so stupid that not only did you start your credit card to that illiterate website and didn't basically see at the end of the day this guy was scamming you, but your very same paint is sitting in one of these videos with this guy behind it narrating that he's selling his customers a great product. You got burnt, you got robbed, and you got ripped off. As I told you before, save your money and just basically get yourself a poster underneath of a bus or a truck and stick that on your ceiling, because every time you wake up, that's the first thing you're going to see. And when you go to sleep, again, when you close your eyes, that's the last thing you're going to see. When you go downstairs and you watch your painted Home Depot, Sherman-Williams, whatever mess you got sitting on your wall that you clearly got robbed on. How does that feel at the end of the day that you got ripped off? You can't even come in here with pride and name your product. Too bad for you. All right then. Stop coming in, let me set you up. When you rant like that, I'm not basically paying you any mind. I'm basically just reading little bits and pieces, that's it. I'm setting you up automatically when you come in here. Get you nice and hyped up, get you riled up, and then ask you one simple question. What's your paint? Can't say anything, can you? Lolo came in here and sat there and said he had a Cinema Gray. Went and checked his account. We pulled it up right online, right on the live stream. Fake account. So, what is your product? What is it? Do I have to go through your YouTube channel? I'm not. Yeah, we know you're not Jamie. We know that already. We know. That's why I asked you the question. What is your screen paint on your screen? What screen paint do you have? We know you're not. You don't have to question that. What screen paint do you have? I don't care if you are. I don't care if you aren't. I asked you a simple question. Which screen paint do you have? Oh, you basically didn't answer. I asked you several times. And now this guy called Weather, or whatever his name is. Cinema. Dude, we had this conversation with you already. We've been through your account. Your accounts are fake. You don't have the Cinema Gray 3D. It's sad that Jamie's followers are so embarrassed by his product that they will come in and they will lie and say that they have a screen instead of saying they have his screen. Bye-bye, my friend. Gave you that. We had this conversation before. Different account. We literally had this conversation. Go back and show you. We had the same conversation with the same fellow who came in with the Cinema Gray. And even at that, of all screens you could have chose, you chose a Cinema Gray. You didn't go with a Dark Star 9, even a Black Diamond, anything like that. Cinema Gray is actually one of the lower screens. It's actually like a $700 to $800 screens. It's actually light gray. You don't have a Cinema Gray 5D, 3D, none of them at the end of the day? None of those? Gee whiz. It's not even a good screen at the end of the day either. It's actually one of their cheaper screens besides the white screens. I had all of them here, so I know. That's the, that you spent, oh my goodness. If you do have this screen, this is how embarrassing this is. You have a screen that you spent $700 for. That's light gray, can't see contrast, can't pick up color, stuck in dark environments. We tested these screens already. And you spent that much money for a screen at the end of the day that our black technology can overpower on a demonstration with no problem whatsoever and cost far less. That's what you paid for? You don't come back in my channel again. That's almost as worse as when we had people coming in with the Valve projector screen. Talking about, oh, it's a Valve. Well, white screen beat a Valve screen. At that, an eBay $69 projector beat it. Literally. You got a nerve to come into my channel with that. At least you could have said a Dark Star 9. I can hold a candle to that because the Dark Star 9 is pretty good. But you came with a Cinema Gray? $700, $800 for a light gray screen? You literally could have done the same screen. Sorry, lead screen, but it's true. You could have did the same thing with Network Gray 773. Literally. You spent how much? Yeah, don't come in the channel no more. Definitely had to block you at the end of the day. That's embarrassing. That is definitely embarrassing. Hey, got that bridge in Brooklyn? Anybody want it? Anybody want it? No money down. Let's get back to this time to be way off chart here. Way off. Danny boy, bottom line. Let's get back on focus here. Danny boy, let me explain something to you. If I get your product down here, as I told you before, I'm going to put you through all the tests that you didn't go through. And I'm definitely going to put you against all those household products. You're definitely going through that. If you match any one of those paints, the value of your product will drop dramatically. Under 20 bucks. Because again, you can get paint for much cheaper than what you're charging it for. And on top of that, what's also going to damage your product even more, your instructions, because no one's going to basically paint in that freaking Mickey Mouse nightmare at the end of the day when you can get a house paint that does the same thing your product does and much easier to paint in. That's it. Simple and plain. If you change those instructions on your site, anything, to make it much more easier, that means I was right when I told you should have done that to begin with. And it also means at the end of the day that I'm smarter than you. You spelled tray incorrectly on your site. As a typical typo, anybody's going to do this. But the funny thing about this is I can sit there and say, if you put it the regular way it's supposed to be spelled, as in Tray instead of Trey, I'm smarter than you. Now, I'll check tomorrow. And let's see if you allow your ego get the best of you, or maybe you do have some common sense at the end of the day and don't care what I think at the end of the day. All right? Okie doke. Now, the other thing you have to worry about too is if you cancel any of the orders, and mind you, you don't know who's going to place the orders. It's not going to be me. You don't know what state, you don't know who is going to place it and when they're going to place it, but the orders will be going through. If any of those orders, if I get a call back telling me that any of those orders were canceled out, how would you have even known? The only way you would have known is that those are the only orders that would have came through on your account, and that will let me know that you're not getting any orders. So when those orders come through, don't cancel them. See how we just set you up that fast, that quick? Oh, they're upset and angry. They're upset and angry. Upset and angry. Isn't that paint was like $60 now, right? This is when it was called a Frankenstein. Hey, by the way, Crows fans in here, tell me what the freak is a crystal dark mix? What is that? Because we can't find it anywhere on YouTube. Do you have this paint? Because I can't find it. Where is it? I'm just putting it out there. Where is it? Here, watch this video. Since y'all got so much chatter, so much energy today, here, watch this. This is for y'all. Y'all watch this. I want you to watch this right here. I want you to watch this demonstration right here. There you go. You watch that right there. That's for you. Because you guys support this guy at the end of the day, and you think he makes the best products in the world, right? I want you to watch that. Come on. Don't forget to name your screen. Come on. We're going to play a little game here. Name your screen to get banned from my channel. I give you a binky, I put you in the corner, you get upset, you get angry, you come back in, you talk the same trash. This is what we're going to do. Name your screen or get banned. Which one you want? Now, some of you don't care. You don't care. But you do care. Because if you do care, you wouldn't be in here right now talking to me. Hold on for a minute. Some of you are already in here crying already. My goodness, man. It's been a hot second. Whoa, what you got, man? Don't be behind the chair, you jerk. Well, you're not even behind the chair. You are strange, you weird kitty, you are. You're always in there crying. I don't have a tissue right now. I gotta buy some tissue right here. Let me help you out here, okay? It's okay. Shh, shh. It's okay. It's okay. Hold on. It's a dirty t-shirt, bro. I'm upset. Sorry about the hair. There you go. Wipe those tears away. You know, it's okay. It's gonna be okay. Okay, right there. Okay. You're gonna blow your nose right here. You okay? You all right? All right. I don't got any juice here right now, but I got some Coke over there. But I'm drinking that. I don't want your lips on it, but you know, it's okay. Okay, you understand? You understand? Now, to Jamie's victims, we feel sorry for them. These are people buying for the first time. They listen to whatever he said on the phone, whatever he said to them. They bought the product and they ended up like this. Gee whiz. Dude, that's a 4K laser projector. Look how washed out that is. That's absolutely horrible. Look at that. That is absolutely horrible right there. That's a 4K laser projector P2. That's bad. That's really, really bad. Look how washed out that looks. That's horrible. What are you arguing about, Crow's followers? What are you mad about, sheep? What's wrong? You can't even tell me what screen paint you have on your wall. It's just a simple question. What screen paint you have? How hard is it to ask that question? You're in here writing books. You know why you're in here writing books? Because you're trying to make up what kind of excuse you have for getting scammed. That's why you're in here writing books. I'm just asking you a simple question. Do, 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 how do your flowers grow? Do, 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 do. What question you got to ask me at the end of the day? Do I test my products? Yeah, I got tests on my demonstrations. You guys can't even do my test demonstrations. They're actually all challenges. Outside demonstrations, I got literally massive grids demonstration. You have a 250 demonstration? No. 180 inch demonstrations, dual 150 inches? No. None of those at all, period, right? Nothing at all? Any demonstration of absorbing sunlight? Nope, don't have that at all either. What about how many paint-on demonstrations? How many tested projectors have you done? Certified screens you've done? Low-lumen projectors? None, 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 none at all, period. He has 2 demonstrations outside, that's it. And again, I can't express enough, why are you arguing about something that basically shows his product matching? Now, what screen paint do you have? Tell me. You got until 5 or you're getting banned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, too late. You wasted my time. You don't have no OLED. Get out of here with that nonsense. Stop lying. Come here, tell me he got an OLED. Get out of here with that nonsense. All right, let me embarrass you on your OLED real quick. OLED ain't jack, and I'll tell you why OLEDs aren't jack. Number one, they have all kinds of issues. OLEDs have these little flat screens at the end of the day that have this motherboard sitting in the back with a GPU. And that means these things do not generate enough cool air that flows back and forth. If you ever seen somebody turn on a TV and they have basically no picture, but they have sound, that means the GPU basically burned out. Another product, dead pixel issue that's on the top of that. And let me tell you something, if Johnny or little Timmy is in the living room throwing around Matchbox cars and they cost you a screen, guess what? It costs more money to replace that thing than the entire screen you just paid for. This is why sometimes if you're driving on the road and you see this flat screen TV sitting outside and somebody's actually picks one up, takes it home, then they can call the company and get it fixed real cheap and find out that the screen actually costs more than the actual TV. Oh, here's another funny part. You don't do actual 16:9. Do you know that? Do you understand that? You don't receive 16:9. You read a 16:9 format. Projectors can actually do 16:9, 235.1, and a whole bunch of other aspect ratios that the OLED can't. Now, if there is an OLED that has that capability, we're talking about an extremely expensive TV. On top of that, my screen in the next room is 159 inches. Again, you know how much money that would cost an OLED. Now, let me see. I go to OLED sites all the time to have these conversations with them. The reason why I ask them, why don't you get a projection screen? The first thing that pops up is my screen can see 100% contrast. Are we getting at something here? My screen also too can be used in fully lit environments. Are we getting at something here? So that's the benefit of the OLED technology. But our technology being black can maintain in fully lit environments, pick up 100% contrast levels, and because of our tests, we can back our products up 100%. That Noor paint, please, I'm making that in a couple of days, and I'm making an advanced version of it just to show you exactly how advanced our technology will blow that out of the water like we do everything else in the face of the sun. So no, y'all can't make our products because we give you the challenge to do that, and we're going to put you on the wall of shame for that. And as for black paints, we have tons of tests on that. Certified screens, we have beat that. Outdoor demonstrations, we have beat that. And multiple different versions of caliper projectors, we have beat every single one of them, and we can do it at 720p without any problem whatsoever. Ha, 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 ha. Yes, and as for OLED, well, let me explain something to you. Majority of our customers buy our black technologies because our screens can generate 100% contrast level. If I want to get an OLED TV in 8K, you're talking about a very expensive screen. I can do an 8K projector at $10,000, and my technology being under $500 will come up far less than a projector, a TV like OLED for 8K. Got 100 grand laying around in your pocket? You don't. Well, that's how that works right there. So you have a technology that can pull up just like a TV in any environment, produce the exact same white levels. So if you just sit there and say, oh, because I got an OLED, you just told me at the end of the day, you just spent a whole lot of money for a TV that I can literally do it for far less. Why did you buy an OLED? Because it picks up really high black levels. Our screens are physically black. You can't get any darker than black. Oh, so you really just told me at the end of the day you spent money for a TV at the end of the day. That again, the warranty is going to cost you a ton of money to replace the parts on it. Screen could actually run into an issue with some very dead pixels because they had all kinds of problems with that at the end of the day. It literally costs more money to replace your screen than the actual TV is actually worth. And then on top of that, you had to spend all this money for a TV that can't even do a proper full 16:9 format. Can it switch to 235.1? Mine can. All right, then can you take it outside? I can take mine outside. Oh, just wondering about that. just wondering about that. I love it when they come and talk about, oh, I got OLED. I go to OLED forum sites all the time just to play. At the end of the day, we call it the Stonehenge effect. That's when they got the OLED TV and they have these wraparound speakers, the Stonehenge effect. So again, most likely, most people have OLEDs having between 60 and 70. When you talk about 80 to 90, you're talking about a serious amount of money. And if you're talking about basic, that would be basic 4K. It ain't 8K because 8Ks are extremely expensive. Do you have any idea how much an OLED costs in a 16:9? An actual 16:9 setup, even at 235.1? Yeah. Moving on. Moving on. So don't come here with that whole OLED. I go to OLED forum sites all day long and talk with them at the end of the day. And they end up buying our technology because the TV costs too much money. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, what are we watching here? Ah, that is basically a projection screen, basically pulling up the exact same as a TV. You know what makes the OLED different than any other TV? It's the fact that it pulls up. All TVs pull up black. They all do. They all have that ability to pull up black. These TVs can pull up a black level better than the gray and white screen. The OLED just brings up an extremely insane dark level. But when you have a screen that is 100% black, you can't get any blacker than that because it's black. Isn't that interesting? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I tell you, we got demonstrations to back everything up. Forget it. Anything you have to say, I've been there and done it already. See that screen right there? You see that? That's Crow's product sitting against my screen right there. You see how black my screen is? That screen can generate a white level high enough to blend in, not only to match that screen right there, but it also too can blend into that white surface. I mean that gray surface. Your gray paints are useless against our technology. Oh, where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Do 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 do. As for your dark gray paint mixes, please. Been there, done that. Frankenstein. Yeah, you guys are weak, man. At the end of the day, you probably don't do jack. Nothing. You have nothing for us. Nothing. Nothing. When I get done crushing the rest of y'all stuff at the end of the day, I'm going to move on to what I have to get done. Right now, I'm taking the time out of my busy schedule to crush you real quick. You understand me? You got my attention. Don't lock your website up. Open it up. Let me come in and buy. You're such a freak. Look at that. Look at that. Show me demonstrations like this. Show me right now. No, you can't. You know why? Because you're sitting up in these dark environments with these pretty Christmas tree lights behind the back of your screen. What are you in here talking about? Oh, it's fake. It's all fake. It's all ISO. That's what it is. Yeah, that's the biggest complaint y'all do all day. Blah, 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 blah. All right, look. I got to go. You got to go. Let's go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Bye. Customers don't come in here because customers already know the rules. You're not allowed in here due to the fact this is a room for the hot mic. This allows for the crows and trolls and all of them to come in here and voice their opinions. And at the end of the day, your opinions ain't jack because you ain't got nothing to say at the end of the day. I'm backing it up. Go to my front page, I'm backing it up. Test demonstrations, I'm backing it up. Everything I'm doing, I'm backing it up. We come to y'all page, it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Y'all can't even explain. I'm asking you simple questions in your pages. What does this mean? What does that mean? Can you show me this? Can you show me that? Where's your test? Nothing, 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 nothing. What are you showing? What do you got? Oh, okay. That's wonderful. Bust out some extra paper. Talked all that trash about cancellations. There's your cancellations right there. Both you and Jamie both canceled out. What happened? Why didn't you keep the money? Why couldn't you send the product over? What was the problem? Because your products don't work, that's why. I sent you money. And $90, $85, $160. I sent you money. Why didn't you keep it? Oh, you couldn't keep it because you knew if I got the product down here, we would test it and it wouldn't work. We've had your product down here anyway. Only person I haven't had down here is Danny Boy. And we plan to have your paper down here. Have your product, your paint, whatever, have it down here for testing. So Danny, I'm going to explain something to you before I leave off of here. Because I got to give Crow another challenge to make our paint again. As the nose sits on my face, my man, I will have your product here. Do you understand me? If you knock out any one of those orders that pushed through by my people, we will clearly know at the end of the day that you have not received any orders at all. How would you know it would be them? I'm the only one making the statement that I'm coming after your product. So if those orders go through, how would you know it's them? The only way you would know is that those are the only orders you would receive. That's how you would know it'd be us. So don't cancel any orders. Don't let me get another. If other cancellations go through, they will send them to me by email, each one of them. And that will show you were scared. And that's all I need. Just your cancel orders, that's all. To prove your products don't work. Now, I'm going to get your products down here. If you change anything on that site, anything, in those instructions, I'm smarter than you. You even changed that word over to back to Tray, Tray, the correct way. I'm smarter than you. If you go in and, well, pretty much that's basically about it. When you get your product down here, you're going against house paint, whether you like it or not. I should have a kid paint my screen. I should do yours. That's what I should do. Literally have a kid paint my screen and just do yours to show how complicated your instructions are. Do I need a Ouija board? I don't like Ouija boards. I don't believe in that crap. But I'm not going to bring in some freaking weird stuff. Some portal's not going to pop up in the middle of my floor. I can see right now with his freaking instructions. A, must get chicken. Cut head off chicken. 2, needs candles. Put candles in these. Yeah, you don't do that mess, man. You bring in portals in people's homes at the end of the day. Those instructions are insane. Up, down, over, down, up, down. I literally thought I was putting in the code for Contra. For infinity lies. I literally thought I was putting that in there right there. Literally feels like it. Do. That'll be me, people. That'll be me. So let me get this right. I'm going to come for your product, Danny. I'm coming for it. Coming for your product. My people are ready to order. Them orders go through. If you cancel any one of those orders, we will know 2 things. 1, you're a coward. And 2nd, you ain't getting any orders in due to the fact that how would you know those are my people? You don't know. Each one of them comes from a different state. You don't know who it is going to come in and make that order. But either way, it's going to end up on my table. So let's see what happens. Let's see if you got it. Jamie, we don't want your stuff at the end of the day. Why? Why in the world would I order your stuff? There's no point in it all. You match house paint. I'm not going to give you $60 of my money for a product that I can literally sit there and do the same thing with house paint. You got the personal mix over here. I can make this over here with no problem. Why in the world would I even buy this stuff?
I'm not even saying that, Stan. I can't even say that.
Why? Why would I give you money? Can you show me a difference between this and house paint? You can't. You can't even make our paint correctly. I know where you're going to make this paint correctly. So why would I give you $60 to begin with if you can't beat a personal mix? I'm going to buy the personal mix. Why would I buy this crap? Look at that. That's horrible. Literally perfect match. Over here, why in the world would I spend the money for the Cinemax? What would be the point of me spending the money for the Cinemax? For what? I just go get some network grade 773. It's the same thing. I'm not going to give you any money. I gave you money. You didn't know how to hold on to it. I literally sent money over to you, a lot of money. At that, about $1,600 or $1,800 worth of money. And he couldn't hold on to it. There you go. That's the paint can right there, ain't it? Ain't that? Would you the paint can right there? You did the test. So why would I go buy your product? That's cheaper than your product. $60 for a quart? And I could do that at a gallon easily? No, I ain't buying that crap. And I can go ahead and buy this instead. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm buying this paint and I'm putting your label on it. I'm actually going to put your label on it because it is that product. Tell me it's not. Tell me your product is not network grade 773 and I won't stick a label on it. House paint. There you go. For the people in the room that basically have to understand because they know that's not what I have on my wall. I have real product on my wall. No, you don't. You got house paint on your wall. That's literally what you have on your wall is house paint. This is what you purchased. He did the test himself. He showed you receipts. He purchased it. Gee whiz, that's why we call you a sheep. How much of a sheep can you be at the end of the day? You are clearly sitting here watching this man on camera, bare receipts, showing a container in his hand, matching the freaking screen, and y'all sitting up there with freaking Jamie goggles on tomorrow. Oh, no, 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 no. What I have at the house is 4K HD. That's what it is. It's 15,000. I just described the projector. That's what you're doing right now. Do you not see that? How blind are you, sheep, at the end of the day? He just dropped y'all off a cliff. And all y'all that came in this room talking about, the paint's amazing. It's so amazing. It's the best thing I've ever in my entire life. You stupid idiots. He literally sat there and ripped you off. And you sat there and supported that nonsense and that stupid channel at the bottom. You understand me, what he did to you, how embarrassing this is. Do you see how embarrassing this is? How badly he basically raped your pockets at the end of the day and made you guys look like idiots. And then you're in here arguing with me, upset with me over somebody that ripped you off. I didn't take your money at the end of the day. He took your money. What you mad at me for? Huh? What's your problem? Are you mad because I'm showing you the video, or are you mad because you got ripped off? Which one is it? Which one is it? Make it up. He ripped you off. There you go, right there, on video, with receipts. And you sheep at the end of the day, saying, no, I'm angry with him. I'm mad at Kenneth. I'm mad at him because he showed me something that I didn't want to see. That's what it is. I showed you something you didn't want to see. Burst your bubble, didn't I? What about the people who sat there in the comment section talking all that trash? It's been here for 4 months on this site. 4 months. This shows you how stupid you jokers are at the end of the day. Not the victim, sheep. This shows you literally how dumb you are. I don't care how angry you get in the day. You literally have displayed how stupid you are. I'm going to show you. When you're triggered, you're upset. No, I'm not triggered. This is literally trying to get it in your head on how dumb you are. This video literally sat on his freaking site for 4 freaking months, and you guys couldn't see the difference, that they were both the same screen, and you bought this product? Do you see this? This is why he comes on here and does y'all like that. Because he knows you're stupid. He knows he can rip you off anytime he wants to. Because you got Jamie goggles on. You know what mom goggles are. You know what I mean? Child can look like you just came out of the freaking depths of hell. He can be woo, but to his mother, he's beautiful because she has those mom goggles. You got Jamie goggles on. You look at the paint, you go, oh, it's amazing. I love it. I love it. That's you at the end of the day, literally. And the rest of us who have common sense are like, these guys are idiots. Literally, that's how everybody sees you. That's why you can't name your paint in the room, because again, you're embarrassed. But mind you, 4 months. Just really think about this. 4 months he had this video up here, right? No, cut it out. 4 months he had this video up here, right? 4 months. And in the 4 months time, we've recorded every transaction of everybody talking in that room. And everybody in that room, not one person said it's different. They all praised and said it looks perfect at the end of the day. That's what they said. So, bottom line is, he ripped you guys off for 4 months. Came on there, bold, showing this demonstration, talking all this trash on camera, and then after we come in and check out the video and expose this nonsense and show you what it really is, because the sheep can't see it at the end of the day. Other people saw it. And we show everybody, like, look at this mess, look at this mess. Like, what the freak? Who the freak did that? Yeah, when it got out there and people started seeing it and laughing about it, now he pulled the video. Which means all you sheep that came into the room praising this particular video, talking about how amazing it looks, he threw you under the bus. By him getting rid of the video means he has acknowledged that the paint matched. And he doesn't want to see it. He doesn't want to be around the video. He doesn't want to be bothered with it. This is why every time we show the video, he snaps in the room. So you sheep praised this video for 4 solid months, stood behind this man, and he threw you under a bus, plus robbed you at the same time. Oh, that's bad. That is so freaking bad. It's just unfreaking believably bad. Now you're mad at me at the end of the day, because I exposed this joke, that's what you mad at me, right? You don't want to get house paint on your wall. I didn't do that to you. He did that to you. But you're sheep. You follow whatever he tells you to do. You listen to him. At the end of the day, you're his woman. You're his woman. At the end of the day, you're women. At the end of the day, you are. You can't get mad about it. You bought it. I asked you a simple question. What do you have on your wall? You can't tell me. Why? Because you're embarrassed. The only people that know you got ripped off. He showed you the receipt right there. He showed it to you. Literally, you can't really get him at the end of the day. You really can't. Because he can honestly say he walked up on camera, he showed a receipt, he basically was upfront with y'all, he showed y'all exactly what you were getting, and y'all bought it anyway, so really nothing you could do about it. Oh, ba ba da ba da ba da. Do 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 do. Do. Those got the Frankenstein? Yeah, you got scammed. We can't even find these videos no more. He went missing. Do 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 do. I say 4 months, didn't I? Was I not lying? It's right there, 4 months. Code 1176. That's the video we did right there. That's the second. There are actually 2 of these videos. We got this second one too. There are actually 2 of these videos. So basically, the one that was actually the worst of the worst was the one of him on with the red hoodie. That was the worst one. We asked him to go in and put this directly to his site. We actually requested this. And what he did was he basically removed the videos. We went back to get the original videos, not the one we narrated on, explaining the mess he was doing in there. We went back to get the actual video and said, look, we need you to post this directly to your site. But to keep us from doing that, he went in to delete the videos. And in the process, he didn't realize that we were actually watching him the entire time when he removed the video trying to hide it. So, lesson to be here from you sheep at the end of the day. When you come in my room screaming and yelling on and backing this guy, you literally just back the person at the end of the day. What's the name of that? When a person basically has, they fall in love with their capturers. There's a name for that. But anyway, you basically allow this man, you come in this room with all this ranting and carrying on, how you back him 100%, and then we ask you what screen paint you have, and you don't say anything because you're too embarrassed, and then we look at this video right here of him on there ripping you guys off. And what makes it even worse is the video was there for 4 solid months, and none of y'all could tell that right there were the same paints matching each other. So you supported him on these videos, so where's the videos at? Where did he go? What happened to him? What did he do with the videos? He got rid of them, didn't he? So if he got rid of the videos, that means he threw you under a bus, didn't he? He threw you under a bus. You remind me of the abused wife. That's what y'all remind me of. No matter how much he beats on y'all, no matter how much he hits on y'all, y'all will always defend his actions. You will always take him back, no matter what. No matter how badly he treats you, like trash, like garbage, whatever, you will always take him back. Goodbye, sheep. It's sad that you're like that way. It really is. At the end of the day, you can't even give yourself credit for intelligence because you don't have any. It's right there. You can't get mad at me about it. It's right there. He deleted his own video. He got rid of it. What are you mad about? You're angry at me because I exposed it. That's what you're angry at me. But I'm not the one that robbed you. I'm not the one you called on the phone and I told you a bunch of lies at the end of the day. I'm not the one who abused you at the end of the day and you got to come to work with a black eye. I didn't do that. He did that to you. The sad thing about it is the fact that the way you lash out at me at the end of the day shows at the end of the day that you don't even have a mind of your own. You're a sheep. All right, sheep, I gotta go. Danny, as I said before, I'm glad we had this nice talk, people. I'm so happy when I can basically get all this stuff behind me and work on things I'm going to be working on because I'm wasting too much time with this, but this has to be done anyway. It's such a shame. I've never seen people like that, so sheepy. And then with Danny, I'm just curious. When are your product going to be open? I'm saying we're going to order this stuff in the day. We'll get it down here, get it tested, whatever we got to do. Tomorrow, I got to make that Nora paint at the end of the day. Solid Fake. I'm sorry, I like that name. Somebody actually gave me that right at the end of the day. They said, look, call him Solid Fake better than Solid Fake. Yeah, Solid Fake and, what's it called? We used to call him Slow Crow. But Oh, Crow the Snake. The Jake the Snake, Crow the Snake. Oh my goodness, that's so hilarious. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, that's basically about it. Jamie, not Jamie. Danny. Tomorrow. Well, actually, there's nothing to say to tomorrow. That's basically about it. Jamie, I gotta put my whatchamacallit, man. I gotta put my request in for you to make my paint the third time around. All right. So third time, make it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do you one better. Not till the end of the month. Let's see. May, we got May coming up. I want this to really stick in really good. You know what I mean? I really want this. We can add you in. We don't got to talk about you. We did a video, asked your request. That's basically about it. June is the day when I'm going to stop asking you. Because I want this to really stick in there really good. I want me to go back and think, oh, we asked this guy for 2 months to make this paint again, and he was scared. Just like we did with the Network Gray 773. 2 months I'm asking you to make my product. With the same ingredients you had on the table. You can make it as dark as you want. You just have to keep using that silver and water all day. That's what you have to do. Make it as dark as you want. Eventually, you're going to hit black. That's what we want you to do. So you can do full circle. That's what we want to see. We want to see you make that product over and over again, each time darker, knowing that you're going to get closer to the actual black paint we made. Or you can just ignore me. But if you choose to ignore me, at the end of the day, it's still going to make you look bad. You bragged about being able to make my product at the end of the day, right? All right. This is going to be fantastic in court. I mean, we have even more evidence. Look, not only basically he didn't have a product, he can't even make it. We had to make it for him. Really? Oh, well. It's been a good talk, eh? We had to do a little AMSR because Danny was getting upset. He probably was beating on the keyboard. Probably keyboard keys all over underneath his desk and everything. We took his keyboard and smashed it and started screaming, ah, ah, ah. Dude, what you mad at me for? You wrote this stuff. I didn't make anything up. I didn't come in here and make anything up. I just came on here and showed you your site. You put all this stuff in your site, didn't you? Your freaking picture talking about beginning of Partes Humbles. That picture doesn't even match. A gymnasium has nothing to do with your screens in there. Did we bring that in there? No. Or we did bring it why your products have 2 gains on it and how if you paint it with a different technique, it can actually bring up 2 gains. Hey, question, right? When I'm painting this screen in, right, like if I do it like the opposite backwards, like I'm not talking about anything crazy portal, but any way possible I can get a unicorn or something basic to appear in the middle of my floor. That's a lot of up, down, side, down, up, down, down, side, left, right, over, left, right. Let me see right here real quick. Infinity cheat codes from Contra NES. Literally the exact same almost codes that up, down, side, left, side. Here it is right here. I lied to you not. I told you the screen paint reminds me of this right here. The Infinity cheat code for freaking Contra. You got to do up, down, left, right. Left, right. So if you didn't put in the A, B, and then select start. Literally, you should put that in there. You really should put that in there because your product literally sounds like that. Start up, left, right, bottom, top, side, whatever. Infinity Contra. I'm curious if I punch that into a game, I might get a code out of that. I'm just curious about that right there. But literally, when he was saying that up, down, left, right. That sounds like your screen paint, man. It really does. Let's just read through your instructions one more time. Just one more time. Gotta take a deep breath, people. There's a lot in here. We gotta read through the instructions really quick. You know, if you read it, truthfully told, if you read these instructions 3 times in a mirror with the lights out, either Beetlejuice is going to come through or the Candyman. I don't know which one is it, but I know it might be one or the other. Let's see what we got going on here with what we got here going on. Okay. Applications here. Applications. Calm down. Applications. Carefully move the formula around the screen to ensure the screen is fully covered with the formula, avoiding quick rolls, thrusts, or strokes that can slosh it off your screen. All right, let's see what the next one is. Once you have, we got to be serious here because this is real serious instructions here. Got to be serious here. Once you have the material spread across the screen, starting on either side of the screen, apply a good amount of pressure to the roller, either left to right or bottom to top, Contra. I swear, I swear it's just contra right there. All right, left. Okay, we got to go left to right to bottom to top of the screen and one full line, moving to the next line beside where you previously wrote ended. Repeat across the screen until you have a good even distribution of the formula on the screen. Next, starting on either side of your screen, repeat the above but half over each previous row, allowing the weight of the roller, no pressure, to go across and back or up and down to smooth out any previous heavy rolls. Watch the video for clarification if needed. Repeat these coats for a second coat. No, I'm not doing that 2 times around. No, that's just too much, man. It's too much. All right, we gotta hype ourselves up for this next one. Ah! All right. I'm gonna tell you something. We make that Nor paint, we're gonna embarrass the daylights out of you. You know it's coming. Come on, y'all asked for it. You know she know better than that. Jamie, if you didn't make the paint twice in a row and you failed and I had to make it for you, and you came back on camera for more abuse with that Nor paint, you do know Nor ain't even that dark. You should have went with either Black Magic. Even the Dynasty is darker than that. Oh, I'm gonna embarrass you so badly on that. Okay, let's get hyped up for this. I gotta do a whole freaking Summer Samurai. Ah! We ready for this? Okay, next paragraph. Okay. You may use a fan to assist in the drying time of... Sorry about that, people. I was laughing about the whole freaking Dragon Ball Z thing. You may use a fan to assist in drying time or even move the screen to another location, such as out in the sun, to dry. But allow each coat to sit for 2 to 3 minutes before doing so. This time allows the screen to self-level for a more refined finish. Oh, I wish I could sing opera music. I can turn this into an opera. Remember to allow each coat to completely dry to the touch before applying the next coat. Drying time is less than 30 minutes or a 70 degrees Fahrenheit if you can shorten your drying time by using a heat or a fan or heat. I actually got a heat gun here. Oh yeah, definitely gonna run that bad through. All right, spills can be cleaned up with wet cloth. What kind of soap are we using to clean that up? Do we need soap for this? What happens if it gets on my clothes? What happens if it gets on my cat? What happens if it gets on my dog? Okay. I will not clean it, Sam I am. I will not eat green eggs and ham. I will not eat them with the goat. I will not have them in the boat. I will not have them put them. I will not have them again. All right, let's go back here. Okay, if recommended, that you not wipe or clean the surface until 48 hours. So that right there is a nightmare we want to do right there. That's just the application right there. Even the stirring application. Stir the formula very, very well, including the sides and bottom. A few minutes of stirring that will serve you well. Lightly stir again before each coat. Before each coat, I got to stir this stuff, man. Just done. That's it. That's too much. Oh, that'll be me, ladies and gents. Hey, Chief, what up? Huh? Real quick, I'm gonna come out of this live stream in a couple of minutes. We can talk. I'm in here reading through somebody's paint instructions. I swear, like there's so many freaking like instructions. I think I'm like a Naruto, like importer's gonna just pop up in the middle of my living room. And I'm gonna be flooded by ninjas. I'll show you the whatchamacallit, the instructions. It's freaking insane. Well, hold on for a minute. Just hold on for a minute, okay? Hey, hold on for a minute, okay? Okay. All right, people. I got this call I got to take real quick. But again, Danny, this is insane, all right? But if you change this, remember, I'm smarter than you. Remember that. If you change anything on there, I'm smarter than you. If you change the word from tray to T-R-A-Y, I'm smarter than you. Don't do any of that. You can't change any of that at all, period. And if you do change it anyway, who cares at the end of the day if I'm smarter than you? I'm just trying to figure exactly where your mindset's at, okay? Don't let me win on that. Don't win. Do not join the dark side. All right, so with that being said, now I am going to get your product down here for testing. All jokes aside, we know we had some fun here. We got to have some fun, you know what I mean? But I'm going to have your product down here for testing. I'm going to put you against some regular household paints to see if your product matches any of these paints. And again, putting the application for these paints is going to be a lot easier and a lot faster than your product. Am I dreading painting your product? Yes, I am. I am dreading. It makes me a little bit depressed. That is a lot of freaking work at the end of the day. And I paint screens all the time, but that's a lot of work. And then on top of that, consider the fact that I had to do this twice. That's messed up. And I don't want to do that twice. So again, you're talking about a regular everyday household paint. If that matches your product, you're done. And keep in mind, we don't have to go through the instructions to paint that paint down. It's going to be very easy for us to do. It's a house paint. On top of that, it's going to be much cheaper than your product. You haven't done any of these tests at all, period. If you're going to label a black on black demonstration, you need to have a lot more than just basically some fake product of ours. You're going to have a ton of tests to prove that your product does not have any problem with basic confliction issues with any form of house paint products, and even make a couple of free screen paint products to show that your product doesn't match. Can you do that? Because I can do that easily. The fact that you don't work on ultra short though projectors is a major red flag right there. There's something really wrong with the products if they can't work on ultra short those. There's a number of things that can come up when projectors don't work on ultra short those, which is not good. All right, well, with that being said, because it's interesting, some of the darker gunmetal technologies have problems with ultra short throws and short throw projectors. The screens that they do make basically for short throw projectors are a little bit lighter. That's why. And the lighter screens, we know the problem with those, they don't pull contrast or color correctly. They have poor ambient light projection technology. And again, they're easy to match with house paint. All right, I know you're angry. I know you want to get out of you're frustrated. I'm not going to block you or put you, I'm going to leave you running. We're done right now. I know this has been a very frustrating time for you. I'm going to do some AMSR for you, okay? I'm going to do some AMSR painting so you can relax because you're a little upset, okay? Just got to relax, Danny. Everything's going to be okay. Do you understand me? Just relax, okay? Okay now. All right, that's good. All right, see y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful day.